everyone, Dave here. Welcome to another episode of Legends of the Spire. Great to have you with us. Today on the podcast is something a little bit different. Now, for months and months now, I've been speaking to loads of ex-Chesterfield players about their time at the club. And there'll still be loads more of that coming as well. We've got plenty of interviews lined up. But this week is our first Meet the Fan. I really wanted to talk to a few fans on the podcast, seeing as the supporters are the lifeblood of the club. And to start off with, I spoke to Volodymyr Holod, who many of you will know as Ukrainian Spireites on places like Twitter and Facebook. He joined me from his home in Ukraine to talk about his passion for the Spireites and about his journey following the Spireites in what's a relatively short period of time, 5-6 years, in which a lot has happened, and his hopes for the new season too. He also wrote an article about Ernie, which was published, and he spoke really passionate about Ernie as well, which was really lovely and quite touching to hear. If you are a fan and you feel like you've got an interesting story to tell from anywhere around the world, be it from if you live right next to the ground or if you live in the other side of the planet, then do get in touch. It would be great to feature some of these more on the podcast. I am legendsofthespire@outlook.com if you want to send me an email, or you can also message me on Twitter at Spire Legends, and just search Legends of the Spire on Facebook as we're on there too. So please do get in touch. It would be great to hear from more fans and have some episodes with fans published alongside episodes with players. But for now, here is our first Meet the Fan with Volodymyr Holod, aka Ukrainian Spireites.
Legends of the
How are you, Dave?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. Just finished my job.
What do you do?
Oh, it's a customer service in a delivery company.
Is that in Lviv, where you live?
Yes, Lviv. It writes Lviv, but it's we say Lviv.
And that's in the west of Ukraine, is that right?
Yes, near Poland.
And have you lived there all your life?
I was born in Lviv. I spent 26 years of my life in Lviv, but recently me and my family we moved to the village near Lviv. Its name is Obroshene, and still we live our life in Lviv. Every weekend we spend in Lviv to buy magazines, newspapers, to visit post office, and
it looks like a lovely place.
yes, it has Ukrainian roots from medieval centuries, but mainly it was built by Austro-Hungarian Empire and Poland. So all the buildings were built mainly by Polish people.
Yeah, and it's very, very pretty. Looks very pretty.
Yes, we are so proud of it.
So you're wearing your Chesterfield shirt there, I see.
Yes, unfortunately, my last Chesterfield shirt for now, because there is no 4XL size for me this season, so I'm feeling a bit sad about it.
Hopefully they sort that out next season.
We hope so.
So tell us about the other team that you support. Is it Karpaty Lviv?
Of course, my first team in my life, Karpaty Lviv, and I can't remember my first game because I was too small to remember it. Karpaty, they were in my life for the whole my life. Since I was 2 or 3, I can't remember it. So it is a very special club for Ukraine, and but I can remember when I was talking to my friend in Chesterfield, I told him that Chesterfield is my main club, in my life. So I love Karpaty, but I love Chesterfield more.
And so tell me when you started supporting Chesterfield and why.
5 years ago, and it is a funny story because I think I should tell you the whole story, the entire story, because when I was 10 or 11, we played a so-called championship with my friends, a football championship, and everybody had a team of 2 players. It was 2 against 2, and everybody had to choose some name for the team. And there was a rule that you don't have to choose existing names like Liverpool or Barcelona. And my friends liked Spireites Chesterfield. And they said, of course, we can have Chester City. Our name will be Chester City. And I said, well, it's fine. I don't know a team called Chester City. Now I know that Chester City was existing club. So, and when I was 21, I had some nostalgia for my childhood days, and I decided to play in FIFA 14 for Chester City, but Chester City wasn't in FIFA 14, and I chose Chesterfield. It was a funny story, and but little did I know that Chesterfield would become my passion, my love, and all my good friends will be from Chesterfield. It was my first memories from being a Chesterfield fan is a red shirt, away shirt from 2015-16 season for £10 and £10 shipping, and I wanted to buy it desperately. And you know, it was a crazy moment because it is a huge money for Ukraine. And I was surprised when I found out that shipping is £20 more than shirt itself. And anyway, my parents bought me that shirt. I was wearing it with pride, and very soon I became friends with many lovely people on Twitter, on Facebook. Thankfully to my Belgian friends, they showed me their group on Facebook, and I became friends with people like Phil Tooley, like Zoe Edge. It was amazing.
Do people where you live ask you about your shirt and who it is?
Oh, it is a whole story because people in Ukraine often wear shirts of English clubs because we have popular second-hand shops, and people buy cheap shirts of Liverpool, Manchester United, English national team. It is very cheap, and it looks they are looking very good, and they are popular. And people in Ukraine often, I think, they are thinking that I buy shirts from secondhand, and only my friends know that I support Chesterfield, that those shirts cost 2,000 Ukrainian hryvnia, and it is a crazy amount of money for Ukraine. But I love my shirts, and to be honest, I love everything Chesterfild on the first place, and everything English on the second place, like the Football League paper, When Saturday Comes magazine, etc.
Were you always good at English, or has supporting Chesterfield made your English better?
It was a crazy moment when I had to write my first Twitter post about the Spireites.
Hmm.
I think I checked 100 times the word Spireites because I was afraid to make a mistake. But then I improved my English, written English. But as you may hear, my spoken English is still is still very. No, you will have a good laugh listening to me.
No, it's good. You got good English. You speak well. So your first season supporting Chesterfield, how was that? Did you enjoy
It
it?
was amazing experience. It was everything new to me. Spireites Play HG, my first subscription. Joe Rawson, Phil Tooley, two amazing voices. My Saturdays became a whole different, and I was my English was so bad that I didn't realize the Spireites scored against Oxford on the first match day. I was listening to commentary and I thought, is it Oxford? Is it Chesterfield scored? And then I became crazy and I started to produce my pirate programs for match days. 4 pages, 8 pages, but I was feeling like it was feeling like a proper match day. Without a program, it's not a match day. And match day programs in Chesterfield, they are amazing, but if you want to buy them from Ukraine, it is very expensive. And I started to produce my programs. It helped me to understand English a bit more better. And it was my way to be engaged in match day experience. And yes, this relegation, it hurts, but this season was unforgettable for me.
Who were the players you really liked from that season?
It was Gboli Ariibi. His dribbling was unforgettable. I can't remember most of the goals, but his dribbling was amazing, and it was my first memory from Chesterfield team, Ariibi.
And then, obviously, Chesterfield have been relegated quite a few times since then. Has it been hard being a new Chesterfield fan and not seeing them win a lot?
My love for Chesterfield is more than match days. It is more about my friends, this daily experience of being a Spireite, feeling this support from Chesterfield people. And I remember our relegation from the Football League, and when Peter Stockton said, support your team always. And I remember these words changed my life. This relegation, second relegation in my second season, it was painful, but I realized that I wouldn't change my Chesterfield for anything. And I never loved a football club or any organization or anything in my life like this. Only my parents and my granddad more than Chesterfield.
And I saw that you wrote an article about Ernie Moss, didn't you, for the magazine?
It was a very proud moment for me because it was my second article for Late Tackle magazine. the editor of that magazine was very kind to me. He allowed me to write an article about Karpaty Lviv, and I decided I want to write an article about Ernie Moss, and I'm proud to be a friend of Sarah and Nikki, and it was I don't know what to say, because even my mom says that Ernie was like a, she feels he was his story is very close to us, to our hearts, and I remember the last months when my granddad was with us, and it was painful, and I can say that Ernie feels like my second granddad in this story, and the same story, gentleman doing everything for community and for his family, like my granddad. So it was painful when I was at work when message came that Ernie passed away, and I'm proud to write an article about him, and my friends helped me to write a good article. Phil Tooley, Sarah, Nikki, and other people. So it was a good moment.
Yeah, and a great article too. And do you watch?
And
did you watch Ernie's goals on YouTube and places like that?
of course, just an old school goal scorer, hero, legend, and epitomizes classic English football. And but for me, it is more important that Ernie was a true gentleman for his community. So not just on the pitch, but of course with people around Chesterfield. So I can say, as we say in Ukraine, golden people like Ernie.
Yeah.
And Bill Green will take it. Moss knocks it down and tries the shot and scores the goal. Ernie Moss, 1-1. 16 minutes of the first half gone, and Ernie Moss knocks in his 12th goal of the season. And doesn't he look pleased? And don't the other fellas look surprised? Fairly straightforward free kick there from Green. But look at the skills here of Moss as he turns, and first time shot.
And who are your other favourite players?
I had a problem when I was a Karpaty supporter to say who is my favorite player, and the same story with Chesterfield. So I liked several players like Ariibi, like Binom Williams. Now I like Tom Denton, of course.
Of course.
And I can't say I have favorite players, but I just support Chesterfield, and I hope that we will have a stronger team in this season, and we will have a more stable team without constant changes.
Definitely, yeah. So, who have been your favourite managers?
People will criticize me, but I should say Martin Allen, because not because his managerial decisions, but because his like a man, he was unbelievable, and he sent me a letter inviting me to Chesterfield, and I will never forget it. Of course, Jack Lester, the way he was talking about football, it was amazing. His passion, his knowledge. I'm just so sorry about our managers that they are that they had problems and of course they had to work with Dave Allen. So I'm so sorry about all of our managers.
What did Martin Allen say in his letter?
The story was next. I wrote him a letter wishing a good season, and he wrote me a letter in response saying that I can't remember for sure. Thank you for your support, and when you come or if you come, please get in touch and go to my office. And it was amazing to receive this letter, and I keep it on my another bed with Chesterfield treasures, mainly from Spireites. So in my room is everything I need to be a good Spireite.
Yeah, excellent. And do you hope to come and see us someday? I suppose it's a lot of money to come and watch us, isn't it?
Of course, I had my dream come true 2 years ago when 4 Spireites came to Lviv to visit me and my family. We watched a football match in Lviv. It was amazing, but I know someday I have to visit Chesterfield. It is my dream, but as you said, it is quite expensive, and I had some different issues in my life, so it is my dream for next years. I don't know, but my main pride moment is that I keep Chesterfield in my heart, and I can say I have my own Chesterfield inside me.
Absolutely, yeah. And what have been your favourite matches, your favourite games?
I can say the whole first part of 2016-2017 season, starting with Oxford, draw away at Oxford, and I can say that one match was very special for me, but the whole first part of the season was with Danny Wilson. It was amazing, despite we had to lose a lot of matches, but it was a great experience. Every match was very special for me. I was listening to it and feeling like I'm at the stadium. Sometimes I had to listen to the matches in different cities, on the railway station. It was a great experience.
How do you watch or listen to the matches?
Most of the time, my first seasons I was listening to the matches Player HG. Then I was watching on iFollow. It was changing all the time. Then I was listening to in the National League. I can't remember with Phil Tooley, commentary with Phil Tooley again. And last season I was watching home matches, and I'm feeling so happy because of new radio that Chesterfield are set to launch. It will be a great experience for me because even at my work, I will be able to listen to Chesterfield and feeling myself at the place where I want to be. If you want to listen to the match, it is amazing that the club made it for free. It is, I can't believe I don't have to pay for listening to the matches like I had to do in previous seasons. It is amazing. So I can say only that community trust changed the club from top to bottom, and it is amazing feeling to have a better club than we had in previous seasons.
So what are your hopes for the new season?
Promotion, because I'm the reader of the Football League paper, and I want to read about Chesterfield every week, and to watch live games again, and just because Chesterfield belongs to Football League. To be honest, Chesterfield can be in the National League. It is a club for League One, League Two, and in next years for Championship. It is a big club with a great stadium, with a great supporters. It is an amazing community, and Chesterfield. It is a nightmare for me and for everyone to watch Chesterfield in the National League. It is awful.
So are you hoping for first place? Do you think we can get first place?
Well, last year's I was more optimistic because I had a lot of hopes, but now I understand it will be tough for us because you can have a second place and lost everything in playoffs. So we have Stockport, we have Wrexham, Notts County, we have some surprise packages for the next season, and I just hope for the first place. But I have to be honest. I feel that it will be incredibly difficult for us, even with this great team we have. It will be difficult.
Well, it's been great. It's been great speaking to you. It's been really fun. It's great to see that we've got fans all over the world. And from the podcast that I've been doing, I've had people watching it from loads and loads of different countries. So there are fans everywhere, isn't there?
First of all, it is a huge pride for me to be in your podcast, and it is amazing that you choose me for your podcast. And I wish you to have to continue to do your great job. And for Chesterfield, for you personally, all the best from Ukraine. Always remember that you have your great friends in Ukraine that will support you for the whole life, every day, every minute, every moment of our lives. We are with you.
I really need to get Bolly Ariibi on the podcast now, don't I?
Of course.
What would you ask him?
I would ask Bolly about his dribbling. It is a magic from his feet. And I would like to ask him, is it easy to dribble for the long distances against tough defenders, strong defenders? And I would like to say he has some magic.
Absolutely. And for any Chesterfield fans that listen to this and want to say hello to you, tell us how they get in touch with you on Twitter and Facebook.
I would like to thank for my best 5 years of my life. Every my friend on Twitter, on Facebook, are my best friend from Chesterfield, and we have one man from Sheffield supporting Ukrainian team Desna. No one understands why, and probably people in Chesterfield. Sometimes I had questions: why do you support Chesterfield? Because it is the best club in the world. It is very simple. The best community. People in Chesterfield are priceless.